Hi guys, TS42 here. I finally sold that car I was trying to sell, and I even sold it. Like I had a buyer lined up for the car, and they were paying me exactly what I was asking, which isn't much, but it was, you know, exactly what I was asking. But I had another guy, and he wanted to come have a look at the car. So I let him come have a look at the car, and I found out through talking with him that he is actually a biker, and from talks with him about, you know, motorcycles and all that kind of good stuff, I ended up selling it to him because I like him better. So I sold the car for less than I could have gotten for it, simply because I liked the guy. He was a biker. I liked him. But yeah, I think you've got to live your life to see yourself as the hero. I think you have to be the hero of your own story. I think, you know, you've got to do that. I mean, everyone knows. Everyone has that feeling in the back of their mind. Like, you know when you're doing something fucked up. You know when you're doing something you shouldn't be doing because of pride or, you know, self-interest or whatever the fuck it is. Like, you know. You inherently know. And I think that part on some people is broken. I think, for example, I dated a girl for a little while. This is way back in high school. And every other word out of her mouth was a lie. Now, I'm not sure if it was self-interest or what it was. But I honestly think, you know, it's just my opinion, but I think that part of her you know, that part of her that tells her that she's doing something fucked up, I think that part of her is broken, honestly. I don't see it. I mean, I can't see someone honestly doing the shit that she did, and being okay with himself in it, I guess. It just baffles my mind. But after high school, I dated her for like 3 weeks again, and yeah, it was another fucking problem, man. Every other word out of her mouth was a lie. She just wouldn't be straight with me, and I don't know why. But it turns out she had a kid, which was no big deal. I don't care. I've got one. She'd had a kid, and in having the kid, she was also a bit of a cokehead, and so she got the kid taken away from her. And that's sad and all, but, you know, the kid didn't need to be anywhere near around her, just saying. It really didn't. Did the kid some good by taking him away. So, and I found all this out after the fact. Well after the fact. Turns out she was still with her ex, or not her ex at the time, just still with her boyfriend, even though, you know. And I found this out because one night I got a crazy call from her at like 3 in the morning. Apparently her boyfriend had found some calls, so actually I got a call from him. And, you know, he was being all tough and all, bro, I'm gonna kick your ass and all that kind of good stuff. And all I can do is hear her in the background, you know, screaming about how she's so sorry and he's the only one for her and all this bullshit. And then, like, a couple days later, she shows up at my fucking front door like nothing ever happened. And I'm sorry, man, but I got no time for that shit. I mean, I'm for, like, you know, forgive people and all that kind of good stuff, but I'm not for, you know, I'm not for, you know, giving people, you know, too much slack. I understand, you know, some people fuck up and they need to be forgiven. That's all well and good, but at a certain point, man, you gotta cut people off. Yeah! ridiculous. Cows. Hey, Spicy, what do you think, buddy? What do you think? So Smo posted a, ooh, check it out. Smo posted a video up about attraction, and I think for the most part he's pretty spot on. But I think a part he missed is basically where people enter into a relationship misrepresenting themselves. They don't truly show their colors, and you know, and I think that's bad in a relationship. And I think it's not just that people don't do it and it's deliberate and it's asshole-ish and all that kind of good stuff. I think that a lot of it boils down to, I mean, you obviously want to hook up with that person and that's all well and good, but I think it's hard to really let your true self, you know, hard to let yourself be really who you are around someone you're trying to impress, or someone, you know, you want them to like you. So you tend to exaggerate a little bit. And that's why I think it takes time to really get to know someone. But I think what's important is you need to try and keep your true self as exposed as much as possible. You really need to try to be yourself as best you can. Because ultimately that person will get to know you, and in some instances they will get to know you better than most people. And I mean, eventually they'll get to know you and they're going to see through all the bullshit. So I think it's important for you to really truly try to represent yourself as best you can, and try not to put too many falsehoods out there. I mean, if you're just trying to get a quick lay, well, maybe that might work. But if you're really looking for some sort of relationship, because I mean, I was young, I did the whole sleeping around thing, and you know, I get it. But as I've gotten older, I really could care less. I mean, sure, she's great in the sack, but can I have a conversation with her later? You know, I'm not going to want to sleep with you if you're fucking dumb, because after the sex, which, let's face it, you know, it's not going to last that long. Sorry, ladies. You know, after all that, you got to have some sort of connection. You know, you got to be able to have, you got to be able to talk with that person. You know, share a sense of humor, or, you know, something. You got to have some common ground. Other than, you know, you look pretty, I want to stick my cock in you. Yeah, guys, I guess that's it for me. Take it easy, guys.